Hey everyone, welcome to week 4 of Superman's Trick Shot Tuesday. This is the last Tuesday of the month, so this is the last of the new themes. To recap, week 1, we did a trick shot and then showed you how you can use it in a game. Week 2, I recreated a shot from a famous movie. Week 3, I taught you, the viewer, how to do a shot. So now, week 4 is a series I like to call Sponsor Spotlight. This is an opportunity for me to highlight one of my sponsors that has helped me throughout the years, as well as introduce them to you, the audience. Since this is the first installment of this video series, I chose A.E. Schmidt Tables, since they were the ones who provided the table for this project. Check out the interview I had with somebody from the company, and we find out that they really do make them like they used to. All right, everybody, so here's my opportunity to sit down with one of my sponsors, A.E. Schmidt Tables, and I figured for the very first sponsor spotlight, it had to be A.E. Schmidt Tables because they were the one who provided this gorgeous table for me to do these videos on. So this is Stephanie Schmidt from the company. So Stephanie, tell everybody a little bit like who you are and what you do at A.E. Schmidt.
So, like Brian said, thank you, Brian. My name's Stephanie. I am a sixth generation billiard manufacturer. So, our company is located in St. Louis, Missouri. I have two siblings involved, Michael and Rachel, and both my parents are involved, Kurt and Karen. The company started in 1850, and we have slowly developed into a pool table manufacturer since about the early 1900s. So we really don't do any mass production. Everything is custom made here. So you get to pick finish, wood, sites, kind of to your heart's desire. So we do about 500 pool tables a year. But like I said, they're all built to order.
So can you give people an idea, since it's built to order and it's not mass produced, the steps that go into this? Do you do just one table completely all the way through and then do the next one? Or do you do like rails and tabletops at a time, how so many at a time? Like, kind of give people an idea how you guys put stuff together.
Sure. So it all starts as one unit. So essentially, the wood all comes out of, central Missouri. We order it for the table that week before get ready to cut it and glue it up. So it moves as a unit throughout the factory. So it's not pulling parts off shelves that maybe or may not go together. It's all cut, glued, sanded, cushion installed, rail sites installed, legs leveled, everything goes together at the same time. It's all stained at the same time to ensure that you got a perfect level, a perfect finish, and a perfect fit when it actually gets into your home.
I can attest to that. The guy who put this table together for me, he was very impressed on how
Right.
it went together. So he says, yeah, anytime I've ever put an A.E. Schmidt table together, they've always been good to do. So one thing I noticed on you guys' website is you can put like coffee table tops on the tables and they actually look really nice to where it actually looks like a dining room table. I know there was a brand of tables years ago that tried to do the same thing, but I think it was more of a dining room table trying to be a pool table and they didn't play very well. This is a pool table that's looking like a dining room table, and it looks both ways. Looks good both ways. So kind of tell people how this comes to be and how you guys do that.
Yeah, so I think that table you're talking about is our Highland pool table, and what that is it has a very high frame. So we are very particular about how we send stuff out here. We don't want any tables with any type of wiggle in them. You've probably seen ones before that just you can bump them and they shake the balls on there. So we were one of the first ones who came out with a dining top for a pool table. That particular table actually has a steel frame that goes all the way around it, and then the legs bolt up into it. So it's incredibly sturdy and sound. You won't get any movement off of it. And the nice thing about it is you can get a chair under it. We actually donated the second one to a VA so that you could get wheelchairs and things under there. So it gives you enough space. Now it does all things. It's a little high for a dining room table, but it really is the best of both worlds.
That's really, really cool. So if the guy wants a pool table and she wants a dining room table, you can have both. And then you can
Exactly.
customize it to where it matches the room.
Exactly. And then people don't even just use them as dining room tables. We have people who come in, they use it as craft tables. People use them as game tables. They'll spread out all their game pieces on there, puzzle tables. It's not really limited to just that, but it's a really affordable way to make use of a space that can be kind of overwhelmed by a pool table.
Right. One thing I've heard about A.E. Schmidt tables from people who have them is they last a long time. So can you talk about like any type of warranty you guys have for them? And then what are you seeing as how long these are lasting?
Yeah, so like I said, we started as ivory turners. So we didn't start building pool tables till really the second generation Oscar came around. And he had apprenticed all over the Midwest and came back and opened or started building pool tables with his dad, Ernest. So we are still building them the way that they built them back then, which is a dowel pin construction, which the leg is a solid piece. All those dowel pin tables are all solid wood. So the leg is a solid piece. There's two dowel pins and a bolt, and it goes in there, and it's all marked how old antique furniture was. So one goes to one, two goes to two, three goes to three, so on and so forth. So a lot of people will tell us they just fall together because they do. They're built together. This leg wasn't grabbed off a shelf. It was all cut from the same wood. It was all dowel pin at the same time. We have a router that comes through and sands it all down at the factory together before we actually put the slate on, so we know it's completely flat. So that table, I mean, we have ones coming back from 70 years ago that we're refinishing for grandkids. They are generational pieces, and we have no intention of changing that anytime soon. We do realize that they'll stay in the market forever, and that's great. That's how we want them. So, it's a very commercial style table. We built all the tables for Dave and Buster's. That's the style that we would have put in there. It's a workhorse table, but we also think we shine because it's a beautiful piece of furniture as well. So it's not just commercial. It's furniture too.
Absolutely. I remember going to Dave and Buster's and seeing those tables, and I'm like, man, these are really well done. And I had no idea that you guys did the tables for Dave and Buster's until I met you. So I thought that was really cool. All right, so here's a cool part. When I did my tour there, when I went to sign my contract, I noticed that then you guys told me there's a piece of equipment that's been there for about 100 years or so, and you still use it. So let's check this thing out.
Yeah, so this is actually our where we do our dowel pinning here. He'll drill his holes on this machine right here. This used to be steam powered, but we hooked up to electricity. So this is actually what drills the holes that you would see on your panels. This is how they're all put together right here. So it drills these two holes, and that's how your table gets fit together. That is the strongest way you can make furniture, by wood joints, as probably McDermott will tell you too. So we have a lot of machinery that we have just continued to tweak over the years. That's kind of the benefit of being in business so long. We have old machinery, and that stuff, they don't make it like that anymore. So we have Wanda, our favorite. She is our ripper. She rips all of our wood. You can tell by the wheels that this is like a 40s machine. It's a deal machine. We actually ordered our guys a new one, and they didn't like it, so we got this one repaired. And actually, just recently, this is our machine, our CNC, which cuts all the diamonds out. You can see them right here. This is considered an antique, but it's only 20 years old. So we had it retrofitted with a brand new machine last week. So now with this machine, instead of dumping it in a landfill and having to buy a new one, all we did was get it re-electric and a new computer, and we're good to go for hopefully another 20 years.
Nice. I remember when I was there, you guys said you were going to be upgrading that eventually, so that's cool to see the progress with that.
Yeah, we're excited about it.
All right, so next thing, Stephanie, is for those people who do not know about A.E. Schmidt tables, what is one thing that you want those people to know about the company?
There was one thing I wanted people to know. It was our level of quality. And that covers a broad umbrella. I would say it's our quality that we put into building our tables. We really do take pride in each and every one. We talk about which table's been out of the dinner table at night. We are so upset if something goes wrong. We really, really care about each and every one of the pool tables that go out. So we want to make sure that it stays in your family for a long time and you enjoy it for a long time. And it's a sense of point in your house that, your family gathers around it and plays on it, or your friends, or, or that you just enjoy it. So we care a lot about the quality and our customer service level.
And speaking of family, people always say never work with your family and never work with your friends. So you work with your mom and your dad and your brother and your sister. So how does that work for you?
It works great. People always ask us that, expecting, kind of a juicy story. And there's really not one here. We all kind of have our own niches in the company. Michael and my dad, Kurt, are in the back. Michael goes out and installs our tables all week. Me and my sister have like kind of two very different jobs. She designs everything. She pays the bills, which isn't particularly exciting. I do a lot with our dealer network and our website design. So we work together really well, but it probably helps that we're separated in these different departments.
That works. Okay. All right. So one last thing that I want to talk about is how I got on, with the different sponsors. And I actually sought you guys out. So I contacted you guys through a contact I got from McDermott and posed the idea of possibly using a table for this series. So what do you remember of all of this and why you said yes?
Yeah, so we have never really sponsored, well, in my career, we've never really sponsored anybody before. So you reached out, you had excellent references with McDermott, and actually another very close friend of ours who was a wood carver, Deborah. She also did Bobble Ball, which I believe you sponsor as well. Highly praised. So that was a big plus for us. But we also thought that what you were doing would fit really well with our customer base. I mean, our customers are families, they're friends, they're not, they're playing for fun for the most part. So learning trick shots is a great way to kind of add another element to the game and impress your friends and just generally have more fun. So we kind of thought it was an excellent fit.
Awesome. And I do remember I come down there and I did a show for everybody. I think everybody appreciated that. I had a great time down there meeting you all, and I just had a great time with everybody.
Yeah, everyone loved it. So they all asked after you when the videos come in. They loved the new video when it came out. So it was great. And like I said, I think you're a great fit with our company.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Well, thank you very much for your time, Stephanie. I know you were technically at work today, so we saw some stuff going in the background, but thank you very much for showing us like the backstage and how things are made. And hopefully this lets everybody know about the brand AE Schmidt tables, how great you guys are, how great the products are. And if you're thinking about looking for a pool table, their link is always in every video I do. So check in the descriptions for that. And give them a chance. At least look at what they got. Before you go, let everybody know what table I have and if they wanted to get something very similar to that.
Yeah, so that's a Hamilton. It's a 9-foot. It has been our best seller for a few years now. Very straight, clean, transitional. So that comes in 2 wood choices, 16 finished colors, lots to pick from. So dowel pen constructed like we were talking about earlier. So it's a great model to have for a long time.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Stephanie. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you for jumping on here and talk with me today.
Yeah, no problem.
I want to say a big thank you to all my sponsors that have helped me throughout the years. Opportunities like this would not have happened without their support. I have links to all of them in the description of this video. Check them out. That concludes this week's video. Next week, we start the video series rotation all over again. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the notifications bell so you don't miss out on when I post next. Until next week, stay super, everyone.